Everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today is a good day. Training camp day 1 is officially here, and we got a bunch of news from yesterday as well. Media day is in the past now. We got a bunch of interviews to dissect and recap, so let's just get right into it. Yesterday, AK had a scripted speech he started off with for the second year in a row. I'm pretty happy with his statement. He was pretty blunt and straightforward about certain things. One statement that's been criticized a lot is the statement that he said, "I won't sacrifice the integrity of the game for the sake of development." And I appreciated that statement so much. You know, as a fan that doesn't want us to like tank and lose and be terrible for the whole year or next year and so on. I don't think losing games on purpose is the way to go. And I don't want to watch a team that's bad. I mean, I know people have different views on that, but I'm happy he said that. It was music to my ears. And he also said, like, he's not focused on that draft pick. You know, whatever happens, happens. The Bulls ain't going to be that good, or they might not be that bad. We just don't know yet. And AK said, like, there's a bunch of questions in this training camp that need to be answered. In the season, you know, the team is not a finished or final product. So, you know, he was asked numerous questions, and he pretty much said he's open to everything. And that was included in a question directly to Zach LaVine, you know, if he was open to trade him. And he was like, I'm open for everything. So for him to not, like, shy away from some of the questions that he usually does, I really appreciated that statement and his answers. Billy Donovan pretty much touched again on development and saying that development necessary is not 35 minutes on the court. It has much to do with it, like routine and stuff like that. And the G League. And my last video, I touched up about that a little bit, and he was talking about that today after practice, saying that he's not necessarily saying that he's going to send Matas Buzelis to the G League. He just says he's open for that, because me personally, I don't think that kid needs to go back to the G League. We drafted him from the G League. So, you know, it was good that Billy Donovan came back, and, you know, maybe he watched my video and saw that I was talking about that. So he came back and clarified his statement, or contradicted his statement, one of the two. But, you know, he's saying that he's just open for everything, and I could appreciate that too. Some other things that they said they were going to play fast. They've said that the last few years, and we did, you know, in the first week of the season, and then we went back to iso ball. So let's see if that is the case this time. I don't believe so. I think we're going to actually do it. We got a lot of young players. We got a lot of players that like to push the ball up court to start, with Lonzo, you know, coming back, and Josh Giddey. You know, they like to do that first initial pass up court and play fast. But if you play basketball, you know, like, you can't play fast if you're taking the ball out of the hoop every time. And we need defensive stops. And they both said that, you know, we're going to struggle on defense probably some nights, and it needs to be a group effort, all 5 guys. You know, AC is not on the team anymore, so Billy was like, I can't just throw him on the guy, and we know that he's going to cover that one guy. It's going to have to be more of a group effort. I do think we have Ayo for that. I think AC becomes replaceable. Well, he doesn't become replaceable, but somewhat replaceable with Ayo, because Ayo, he was taking huge leaps on the defensive end, and Ayo could score, but, like, if we could just get Ayo to play defense like Alex and then contribute on the offensive end too, like AC did, like, we'll be fine with that role. You know, I think Ayo is a much better offensive player than AC was. So I could see us playing fast. I just think we need to stop people. And moving on to a different interview, Vucevic put some information that I didn't know. Maybe I missed it, but Wes Unseld Jr. is going to be in charge of the defense. This was good news as well. He's a great defensive coach, and this is what he's been known for. And Billy Donovan as well is a good defensive coach. I know Billy gets a lot of criticism, especially from me, but the one thing that he does well is teach defense, and he was as a player, and he is as a coach as well. He does well. I just worry about our offense. If we can't run, like, what is our half court offense going to be? It was terrible with a bunch of offensive oriented players, and then now we got a bunch of young players as well, and still offensive oriented. So if we can't score with this many offensive weapons, it's gonna be tough. Tough season for everybody, and then we might keep our draft pick. Who knows? I just think I think there's gonna be a lot of trades that happen, or there is gonna be trades that happen. There's gonna be moves that happen, and we have some young guys too. Maybe they pan out. We have Chris Duarte. I don't think he's been talked about a lot, and he's been saying that he's been practicing a lot. He's been going to the gym 2 times a day. I think he was good at Indiana. If you go back through his clips and stuff, like, the guy could score. I remember him playing against the Bulls. Like, he torched us his rookie year. And then in Sacramento, he kind of took a back seat. They're a really good offensive team, and he didn't I don't think he was needed as much as the Bulls need him. So Chris Duarte, I think, was a sneaky sign for us. And then you got Anurag Bitam. He's fighting for the last roster spot. Supposedly, Casey Johnson reported that he had two surgeries for his eye last year, and he had a hard recovery and had to stay on his stomach for over 15 hours a day for multiple days. And but he's fully healthy now and battling for that last roster spot. I don't think he should be battling for the last roster spot. That guy is talented, and if we wanted to play up tempo, he's the guy you want on the team because he could finish on the break. He's a really good dunker. Yeah, he won the Turkish dunk championship. I don't know how much you could read into that, being just a Turkish league, but he could also shoot really well. And he could shoot with contested threes as well. But that being said, I don't think he should be fighting for the last roster spot. Julian Phillips, Dalen Terry, and then we got these other guys like Kenny Lofton Jr. And we could use these guys. Hopefully, one of these guys, become really good. We're taking a shot on them, but we need to actually throw them in the fire to know what we got. But Kobe said that he's been working on conditioning. He talked with DeMar DeRozan, and DeMar DeRozan, gave him a lot of advice last year and over the summer about, now the scouting reports on him. He's going to get the best defenders, focused on him. And last year, as I talked about in my last video, that he said he got exhausted. So he worked on his conditioning, pushed himself to the break of being really fatigued and seeing what he could do then. So it was good off season for him. Zach LaVine came in looking. He looked strong, man. He looked like he put on a lot of muscle. And one thing about Zach, you never had to worry about Zach LaVine coming in out of shape. He's always worked so hard. So I appreciate that from Zach as well. And Kobe said that Josh Giddey, he said a lot of compliments about him, that he's excited to play with him, and he had a high regard for him. So that's good backcourt that we could look forward to for the future. And for them clicking already, they both got crazy hair, so maybe they're bond off that. I don't know. Even Dalen was asking Josh Giddey about his hair and how he gets it to stay behind his ears. So having those guys bond together is a good step. And then we don't have to talk about cohesion and all this stuff for year 3. Maybe they already have it. Continuity and all that stuff. And Alonzo Ball, he did say that he's healthy and he's ready to play. He has a brand new knee, is what he said. He's gonna have to see where it goes, as time goes on. The training camp is gonna have a lot of questions as well. They said they're not gonna do back to back with him. He's gonna be on a minutes restriction as well. So I'm excited for Lonzo. I wouldn't expect anything else with all the stuff he's been through. I think we should have him on a minutes restriction. He shouldn't play back to back, especially if he's going to be here for the future. I know he's on the last year of his contract, but he did say he respected the organization for being there every step of the way. We'll see. Maybe he'll want to go play with his brother. I don't know. But I think for his career, I think that's the best bet, is to get him slowly worked in and see what he could do. He did say too that if his athleticism is gone or like is taking a step back, that he still has his IQ and skill. It should outweigh that. I don't know if he's talking like from experience, like he knows that he can't do what he was used to do because he's tried, or he's just simply assuming, as the years go by, since he's becoming like I think his 8th year in the league. Yeah, and it was today limited practice for Josh Giddey. Ruptured tendon in his ankle. We didn't know that as well. And with Josh Giddey, having that ankle injury, it's been raising a lot of concern for everybody. But me personally, I've had the same injury. I play basketball as well, and I didn't realize that I had this. I thought I would just have like a really bad ankle. Ankle injuries are a common thing when you play basketball, and sometimes we just play through it. And I had a really bad one, and I will rest for a couple of days and I'll go out there and play again. And then I was fine playing, or unless I tweaked it a little way, and then I felt. But I would really feel when I woke up and I couldn't like walk or anything like that. And eventually I ended up going to the hospital, and they told me I got to stay off my foot. I didn't need no surgery or anything like that. But it took me close to 3 months to recover from that. I couldn't play. I couldn't do anything. And Josh said that he's been rehabbing for about 2 months. So overreaction on that part from a lot of people saying like, we're cursed. Yeah, I mean, we are cursed on that point guard spot. But not from this, not yet with Josh Giddey. I think like, he's going to be fine. Day one of the season is the most important. Like, forget training camp, forget preseason games. It'd be nice for him to be there, but like at the end of the day, this dude knows how to ball. So let's get him ready for day one, and the long term is the best way to go. There's no point in rushing him, especially with this type of team built. I think like we should look for our future, and Josh Giddey is the future of this team. Him and Kobe, right? There's the two people, him, Kobe, and Pat. I would say is the three people that they focus on to be the future. So I had a good reaction from the media day. I always do. I think I'm just too excited for the season. So let me know what you guys thought about it. Day 2 tomorrow, we'll probably get more information about today because there wasn't much out there. The only thing that really stuck out to me was Lonzo Ball's like shooting form was, man, he could shoot. And, seeing him shoot and catch and shoot, and we don't need him to be athletic or anything. Just having him as a shooter and with his IQ of organizing everything is going to be good for us. So I'm excited for the season. Tomorrow we'll get more news and we'll break that down as well.